By reading our mission statement together. Our mission is to inspire and empower our students to reach their full potential through opportunities and experiences in a safe, diverse, and collaborative environment. Trustee Anderson, would you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Trustee Beltowski, roll call, please.
Trustee Anderson?
Present.
Trustee Beltowski, present. Trustee Dyroff? Present. Trustee Sterlini? Absent. Trustee Stevanovic? Present. Trustee Wall? Trustee Winless?
Present. We have a quorum. Moving to the next agenda, item number 4, which is the adoption of the agenda. Be it so resolved that the Board of Education accepts the May 6th agenda as presented. A board member may request an item or items be removed from the consent agenda to the superintendent's recommendation. May I have a motion?
So moved.
That was a motion by Trustee Beltowski. Can I have a second?
Support.
Supported by Trustee Stevanovic. All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstaining? The motion will carry.
We have to take roll call.
Oh, sorry, roll call. I'm doing a different meeting. I'm chair for a lot of meetings, and normally we do it that way, but here, roll call.
Trustee Anderson?
Yes.
Trustee Beltowski, yes. Trustee Dyroff?
Yes.
Trustee Stevanovic?
Yes.
Trustee Winless?
Yes. Okay, now motion carries. Moving to agenda item number 5, public comment on agenda item. We now welcome public comments on agenda items only. Anyone wishing to make a comment? Seeing none, we will move forward with superintendent's reports.
Very good. We have 3 items this evening. First in your board packet is a copy of the Wayne County Regional Education Service Agency Board of Education National Teacher Appreciation Week proclamation. And so hopefully you had an opportunity to look this over. It certainly reflects on not just all of the teachers in Wayne County, but certainly the teachers that we have here at D7. So I'm just going to point out a couple of the items. It begins by, whereas public education remains the cornerstone of a strong, thriving, and just society, and teachers are the very heart of that foundation, transforming the lives each day, and in doing so, shaping communities, strengthening our nation, and influencing the future of our world by ensuring every student has access to high quality, equitable learning opportunities. And then it goes on to speak to the work that the teachers do, how they build bridges between schools and families and communities, their commitment to growth. And certainly here at D7, we've done a lot of professional development, especially in the area of equity. And those sessions have been highly attended, and certainly the teachers have been fully engaged. It goes on to speak that the Wayne Risa Board of Education proudly recognizes these invaluable contributions and express its deepest gratitude and unwavering application for excellence, commitment, in the heart of that the educators bring each day to their job. National Teacher Appreciation Week provides a meaningful opportunity to celebrate, honor, uplift the extraordinary work of the teachers and educators and the profound difference they make in the lives of students, families, and communities. And I know this board echoes that for our teachers here in D7 in all of the hard work that they do. So I did want to take a minute and recognize our teachers and thank them, all of our educators here in D7. Any questions? Okay. The next item is we have a big day on Saturday. So Saturday morning is the 33rd annual Ecorse Creek cleanup and rain garden maintenance. As we know, the creek's pretty well cleaned up, right? So the focus will be on the rain garden. Yeah, it's really cleaned up. The rain garden maintenance, that's really the focus the last couple of years that I've been involved in here, and I know Scott's volunteered as well. Talked to Tom. He's still looking for volunteers or donations or any way that anyone can help out. It is a fun event. It's really neat to kind of pitch in and help out And if there's many hands, the work is not that strenuous. So 33rd Annual Ecorse Creek Cleanup, Saturday, May 9th, this Saturday at 9 a.m., and you just report to the Richard A. Young Recreation Center, and we'll get directions, and away we go. Questions? Okay. And then also on Saturday evening, I'm just going to camp out here all day Saturday, they're presenting the 3rd Annual Family Fun Night. So this is at the high school. It's Saturday from 5 to 9. The Home Depot Kids Workshop will be there. We'll be doing open swimming, open gym, food, games, arts and crafts, and dozens of activities. Everything is free. They are asking for food donation, non-perishable food donation that at the end of the event they give away. So kind of a neat event for families. Last year we had a pretty good turnout, and we're hoping the same is for this year. So it'll be a fun-filled day here in D7, but I look forward to it. So please come on out and help both events if you can. That's all I have.
Okay. Moving to the next agenda item number 8, Superintendent's Recommendation, Letter A, Certified Staff Resignation, Exhibit number 1. Be it so resolved that the Board of Education approves the following certified staff resignation. Arthur Campbell, science teacher, Annapolis High School, August 31st, 2026 is the effective date. Then next, Monty Chamblay, is that how you say it? Chamblou, assistant principal at O.W. Best, effective July 30th, 2026. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Moved by Trustee Beltowski.
Support.
Supported by Trustee Anderson. Roll call, please.
Trustee Beltowski, yes. Trustee Dyroff?
Yes.
Trustee Stevanovic?
Yes.
Trustee Winless?
Yes,
Trustee Anderson?
Yes.
that motion carries. Moving to the next agenda, item 8B, non-certified staff resignation, Exhibit 2 in your packet. Be it so resolved that the Board of Education approves the following non-certified staff resignation. D'Angelo Martin, groundskeeper, effective April 17th, 2026. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Moved by Trustee Beltowski,
Support.
supported by Trustee Stevanovic. Anybody? No, not doing that. Roll call, please.
Trustee Dyroff?
Yes.
Trustee Stevanovic?
Yes.
Trustee Winless?
Yes.
Trustee Anderson?
Yes.
Trustee Beltowski, yes.
Okay, letter C, Annapolis Across the Borders Program, Exhibit number 3 in your packet. Be it so resolved that the Board of Education approves the participation in the Annapolis Across the Borders Program as presented. The program provides students with transformative, thank
Yep.
you,
Very good.
learning experiences that extend beyond the classroom. The proposal also includes approval for the next proposed trip to explore London and Paris during spring break of 2028. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Moved by Trustee Beltowski,
Support.
supported by Trustee Stevanovic. Roll call, please.
Trustee Stevanovic?
Yes.
Trustee Winless?
Yes.
Trustee Anderson?
Yes.
Trustee Beltowski, yes. Trustee Dyroff?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Moving to the next agenda item, which is letter D, reduction in workforce, Exhibit number 4 in your packet. Be it so resolved that the Board of Education approves the reduction of 1 building level administrator position, Dearborn Heights, in parentheses, Dearborn Heights School District number 7, Association of Principals and Assistant Principals. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Moved by Trustee Beltowski,
Support.
supported by Trustee Anderson.
Discussion?
Any discussion on this?
Yeah, can I just read it? I got a statement just to update everyone. So, as everyone knows, we're making major changes to the budget for the upcoming school year, the 26-27 school year, and will impact pretty much all of the areas in our district, from central office administration to all buildings to departments. So the impacts, obviously, I've discussed here at this table, due to state aid, student count, overall staffing. We're down approximately 140 plus students from last year to this year. The district did have a fund balance due to the ESSER money. The state directed all of the schools to use those dollars to hire staff. We did that. We've added a significant number of staff over the last 3 years. And unfortunately, the enrollment and the decline in state aid placed us in this situation. But again, our goal, we're about teaching and learning, so we need to make sure that we align staff with students to right-size the district. So we've been working on these budget reductions with input from Central Office Administration, building principals, department directors. The board has moved in the past and hopefully will continue. You know, there's an item today that's pretty important, part of the reductions. We're also working with MDE. I've already spoke to our at-risk folks about how we can make more effective use of our at-risk grant dollars to meet the educational needs of our students. And I certainly understand that the plan reductions are difficult to all those involved. The budget process as we move forward is very fluid. It relies on many factors, from grant money to the state aid, and also obviously based on enrollment. We're dependent upon the decisions in Lansing, and currently the governor's plan, the Senate plan, and the House plan have been released. So if you've taken a look at those, before they're finalized, though, the three groups have to sit down and hammer out a compromise for that budget. Now, there is some good news in all of this. Currently, all three proposed budgets are calling for an increase in state aid with no reduction on the backside for the MIPSFERS offset. They're saying that the MIPSFERS fund is solvent, so that's good. They made significant changes last year, and they made them late. As you know, we didn't get a budget until October. So this will be good for D7 if that in fact holds true. And also they're talking about, because of what happened last year, that they are on track. Now it's Lansing, so things could stall, you never know, but to have a state aid by July 1st, which certainly would help with all involved. But currently right now they're calling for a $300 per pupil increase in the plans. Now that could change based on the negotiations, but that would be good news for not just D7, but for school districts across the state. Another key components are student count. Thus, we're hosting the enrollment fair on May 19th. We're offering all the services that parents need to enroll their children, vision, hearing, all of those things. I think there's a shot clinic, just everything that they would need. We'll have iPads there. We'll have folks there to help parents get their students enrolled. So we're hoping for a good turnout. We've sent out flyers. If you've seen, it's on the website. We'll also be closely monitoring what's going on in Lansing and what's going here with our student count. And again, the goal is to right-size the district to match student count while continuing to meet the educational needs of our students and our families. So the work is not done. It's still a fluid situation because of the factors that I just discussed, but we're trying to make the best decisions based on the information that we have and that we're getting from all of the lobbying groups that are in Lansing, and then certainly doing what we can do here with enrolling students. Any questions? Thank you.
Okay, roll call, please.
Trustee Anderson.
Yes.
Trustee Baltowski, yes. Trustee Dyroff.
Yes.
Trustee Stevanovic.
Yes.
Trustee Winless.
Yes. Motion carried. Moving to the next agenda item, which is unfinished business, the designation of the official newspaper of record.
Yeah, so just a quick update. Sue has worked hard on this to try to reach out and get through. It's a struggle getting a hold of these folks and trying to get this finalized, so we still need a little bit more time on this one.
Okay. I had made a note to myself to talk about the listen and learn today. Do you guys want to do that under unfinished business or other business? It doesn't matter. Unfinished business? Okay. So as you know, we held Listen and Learns. It's been like a few weeks now, a week and a half or so ago, and we need to discuss next steps, and we have a majority to move forward with a closed session. And so today we're supposed to be coming up with dates for a closed session for that meeting, for the Listen and Learn, to go through the data. Trustee Dyroff.
So is the superintendent going to be in the closed session?
That, I think, is up for us to discuss tonight.
Okay. So has the superintendent received the listen and learn information?
Have you?
Not at this point, no.
And is the attorney going to be there?
At this time, the attorney has not been requested to be at this meeting.
Okay, well, I was one that is not in favor of having a closed session on this, and I want to distribute to all of you information from Truen Law Firm and from MASB. You know, you guys all go to those classes, so I thought you would be happy to hear what they had to say about closed session. There's 5 reasons that we can go, or I'm sorry, 8 reasons that we can go into closed session. I'm not sure where listen and learn falls. If it's going to be complaints about disciplinary action, I don't know how that could fall into the listen and learn. Periodic personnel evaluations, student discipline, collective bargaining strategy, purchase or leasing property, pending litigation, applications for employment and appointment to public office, and exempt materials. And exempt material, if you're going to put listen and learn under attorney-client privilege or FERPA, I just don't understand that. I don't think that they're exempt materials. 3 of you met with, or 3 at different times, met with the individuals. No one knows who they are. All the papers that I've seen say speaker 1, 2, and 3. I personally don't understand. So you can distribute this, pass them around. I personally don't understand the need to go into closed session to discuss the listen and learn. And I'm really interested to hear why others feel that we need to, and where it falls under what the topics are allowed in closed session.
Oh, your microphone.
Sorry. That's okay, thank you. That's all right. That's all right.
Just to go off of what Mandy had just stated, basically why we want to go into closed session to discuss this. Yes, you got our notes. It does state that, but we stated that we want to be open and honest with everybody, but we wanted to make sure that that person stayed anonymous. So that's why we wanted to go into closed session, to make sure that we were all on the same note, that we weren't putting somebody at risk of disclosing who they were.
How would you you're not supposed to divulge that, open or closed, so why the need for closed session? That still doesn't clear it up for me. And I still don't understand where you think it falls under closed session, under one of those 8 items.
I read through, is anybody else before I go?
But can she answer though?
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
If you're saying that we said that we were going to keep people anonymous, we would do that and open as well, right?
Yeah.
Well, because some of the information was a little bit too personal.
But we did say that we were going to share that information. I wrote notes on what everyone said we were going to do with the information once we got it. We're literally supposed to give a copy to all staff, is what we said we would be doing, to be transparent with this.
I don't think that anyone's saying we're not giving a copy to staff.
Uh-huh.
So,
Well, if we're going to give a copy to staff, I don't understand why we can't just have an open discussion at the table.
hey, I'm filling in
Yep.
for Sterlini.
I'm just asking
a
you.
vote,
I'm
and
just
there was a
asking you
majority
and
vote
anyone else.
for closed session. I was here to schedule a date. If you would like to table this discussion until we have a full board, so that we can know the vote closed or why not, or the lawyer or why not, we can do that. We don't have to make a decision tonight on a date.
I didn't know that.
But I know I read through a lot of what was written in the Listen and Learn, and for some of the sessions that I was not even at, I can tell who the person is just from inside knowledge, being a parent in the district and being involved as far as volunteering. I can tell who the people are. So I know that if you say it in an open session, the way it's written, you can tell who the person is. And I think that's why the majority of the people would like to go into a closed session, to be able to say what's on the papers.
And I understand that, but then you're going to have to give them to everyone. Everyone's going to see that anyway. You said it was agreed to by this board that we would be giving those to be transparent. Everyone in this district would get a copy of those listen and learns, and including the superintendent. And if the superintendent isn't going to be there, I find it highly insulting on his behalf.
I haven't heard that anyone doesn't want the
I hope
superintendent
that's not
there.
the case.
I don't think anybody has said that.
Good.
Nope, I haven't heard that said once.
And I'm hoping that he'll get copies of those soon then.
I can forward him what I have. I don't have a problem. If that's the wish of the board, is that the wish of the board?
Yes, I thought that
Yes.
that was
Okay.
going to happen. I
Yes.
thought that when President Sterlini had a meeting with Mark, that they were going over that. That was my understanding.
Okay.
Well, just to be frank, it just seems to me if we're going to have a conversation about listen and learn and we're going to complain about whatever those complaints are, it seems to me that the person that we would be complaining to should be in the room, and that we should have someone in the room that could say, yes, this is accurate. Yes, I might have something different to say about that. You know, I mean, that would make sense to me.
And just an FYI,
But I don't think we should go in closed session. I think it's a violation, and I think we're damn close to violating our open meetings rules. Go ahead.
may I?
Yes.
Not everything was a complaint.
I understand
In those
that.
listening and
I read them.
listen and learn.
Right.
So just to say, just blanket it as it was all complaints is not a fair or accurate statement.
I didn't mean to blanket it that way, so thank you for that correction.
Trustee Anderson?
I just thought that the listen and learn was for us to listen and learn from the perspective of the teachers and everyone else. I didn't see it as being blaming anyone or negatively talking about anyone. I felt that the board wanted to listen to hear the teachers' perspective because they were being affected by the layoffs and things like that. So we were just trying to, I thought or believe, test the temperature of the district to make sure that everybody was okay and to know that they had a voice. But I never saw it as, being demeaning or saying that somebody did something wrong. That was my perception of it. I thought it was positive, and I don't think a lot of negativity came out of it. I thought it was just an open space for people, for the teachers to come to us or administrators to say, this is how I feel. And then we gather it up and we let Mark know or whoever else. That's what I thought the purpose was.
That's exactly what I thought the purpose was too. So
Okay.
why the closed session?
Well, I think, and I can't speak for Tanya, but I felt like maybe she wanted all of the board to come together and for us to have a conversation so everybody could be on the same sheet of music. Not to say that it would never be disclosed, but I think the board needs to come together because we were all in different rooms and things like that. We could read it, but, we all haven't had the opportunity to come together to express what we learned. And then once we do that, then we could open it up and convey it to whoever wants to know. But I think the board should be on one sheet of music first.
And I think that ought to occur at open. I don't know how many more ways to say it, so I'll stop.
Okay.
Well, I was the board member that requested the study session. If you see my email, I did not request that it be closed.
I
or
didn't see
open.
your email.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't request that it be closed, but once it was shared with the board, there was a majority who wanted it to be in closed session. So I think the best approach, instead of us like kind of going around and around the topic, we've all kind of made our points. We table it and wait until we have our other two board members here to make a decision on when and how we should meet on this topic. Is that fair?
Absolutely.
Okay. It wasn't on the agenda. I kind of just walked it on because I didn't see it here. So we don't need to do a formal motion to table it. I'm just going to go ahead and move forward with new business. Is there any new business to come before the board? Okay, then next I'm going to move to District Points of Pride with Mr. Kleinhans.
So just a short points of pride and announcements. So congratulations to all the participants in the elementary spelling bee last week. And all the contestants did a fantastic job. Thank you to the MC and the judges who were able to attend. It was really, really a neat event. It is every year. The last two spellers, I was thoroughly impressed. That was from words that they didn't have time to practice. They went how many rounds?
I think it went 12.
12 rounds.
12 rounds.
Yep. So it really was amazing, and congratulations to everyone, and not just the finalists, but all of the students. You know, getting up there on a stage in front of your family and all the people that were there, and the judges is quite a deal. So just great job to everybody. Thanks to the board members who volunteered. I also want to shout out to the cast and crew of The Murder Was Staged. It truly was a great show if you had an opportunity to attend. Wendy's still laughing about it. I talked to her, she sat right next to me. It was good. I'm still trying to figure out who committed the crime, right? So I'm not the smartest out there, but it really was a fun interactive.
It was staged.
Yeah, it was staged. There you go. And it was cool how they brought the audience into the actual show. So just congratulations and good work to everybody. I talked to the students and I told them I'm just amazed at all of the work and the time that goes into memorize the whole, all the dialogue. And I asked them when they did it, and they said basically 24/7. In between talking to these people, they would practice, going to this class, coming out, practice, going to this, if they were, in sports or in a club, and then coming out and practice. But they said that that's what they did the whole time leading up to the plays. So, just couple of really neat events. I already talked about Saturday. Again, if you can come out and volunteer, if you just want to show up and hang out, that would be great for either one of the events. Talked about the enrollment fair. Just an update on Summer Discovery Program. We're at a point now where we can get our postings out. We're planning on doing that this week to staff the program. We're at 240 students that have applied. If you remember, the grant is open. We can take up to 400 students. So as of late, we've added a number of students, so pretty excited about that. It's, again, all-day programming with academics in the morning, enrichment in the afternoon. It includes both the breakfast and the lunch, so shout out to Paul from Chartwells to setting that up. And right now it looks like, unless things change, we're going to be at Polk Elementary on one site, but that could change if we get more middle schoolers to sign up. We could end up going Polk and here, but we'll see. It's funded through a grant from the Balmer Group, the United Way of Southeast Michigan, again, web pages. We want to make sure we send out, Leslie brought up a good point, for those parents that have already signed up, we'll talk about that tomorrow, getting out communication so that they know that they are in. And just pretty excited about this program. We'll get the postings out and we'll get the staffing taken care of, but it is definitely coming together. This is the first year. When we meet with our rep from the Balmer Group and United Way, she hopes that things go well because they want to continue it here at D7. So they want us to reapply for the grant if things go well. So pretty excited about that. Also in front of you, I have the graduation information end of the year for all the board members. So please take note of that. It's such a wonderful time. As a superintendent, one of the best days as a school superintendent is graduation, because you get to see these students, all of the work that they've done, achieve a milestone in walking across that stage. So you'll see that senior honors night, May 20th, the clap out is May 21st, and of course that's the end of the day for seniors. They come back then for final exams. They return their Chromebooks, that's set in there, and then prom is May 28th, and then June 4th is the big day. That's in the morning, the seniors come in, they do their practice, and then commencement ceremony begins at 6 o'clock, and that's, again, at the Taylor Sportsplex on Telegraph Road, and Mr. Millette knows the back way if you need a back way to get there. So June 4th is the senior all-night party at the Zap Zone. I know that Karen's sitting in the audience. Karen, raise your hand. She's worked very hard on setting up this event. And so a lot of stuff going on. And then also we sent out emails and information in my Friday report about the Wayne Risa budget presentations, both the Zoom meetings and the face-to-face meetings. So hopefully you had an opportunity to look at that. And that's what I have.
Okay, moving down to other business. Since we have a building and site update, but since Chair Wall isn't here, I'm guessing we'll skip that one. And then same thing for Finance Committee, right? And then policy has no update. Then moving up to under upcoming board committee meetings, building and site has none scheduled. Finance has none scheduled. The policy committee is meeting Friday, May 15th.
Excuse me, Vice President Winless, but there is a Building and Site Committee meeting scheduled.
Okay.
I may consult my calendar on my phone.
Okay.
That will be next Wednesday, May 13th at 6:30 at the board office.
Thank you, Trustee Batowski. And then policy committee is meeting Friday, May 15, 2026 at 1 p.m. at the board office. Next, we are moving to public comment number 2. Anyone wishing to address the board on any topic at all can come to the podium and make public comment for public comment number 2. And before they start, I just want to let the board know I am not a fan of interrupting public comment, and I believe we follow Robert Rules of Order. So if there is something that you feel offends the bylaw or the policy related to public comment, I'd ask that you make a point of order and somebody second that point of order to stop a public comment. Okay? Hi, welcome.
Hi, Karen Lauer, parent and staff member. I live off Annapolis Street in Dearborn Heights. Good evening. I'm here as a parent and a staff member. I take the safety of our students and my fellow D7 coworkers very seriously. I would like to formally address several critical security and safety concerns that have recently arisen within the district. As you recall, at least I hope you're all aware, there was a lockdown a week ago today here at OW Best. I thought it was concerning that 13 minutes went by from the time the boot was allegedly pulled to the police actually getting here. Our safety director had sent out an email, a letter from our superintendent to the entire district. I replied all and specifically asked if we were in fact connected to the Dearborn Heights Police Department and why did it take them 13 minutes to get to OW Best. Almost 48 hours went by with no response. In the meantime, I had several D7 staff reach out and ask if I received a response. I did a follow-up reply all emails reiterating my questions. The superintendent called me within 5 minutes of that email stating he was just going through his emails and assured me we were connected and we were safe with the boot, etc. Then, within about 25 minutes, our safety director responded to that email thread, but only to me, and included the superintendent. She went on about the response time, that they were at various places throughout the city, and that it would take them at least 10 minutes to get to us because of where the department is. They were all lies. I live right off Annapolis, in between OW Best and the department. I can make it to work in 5 minutes or less. I took it upon myself to go up to the police department and inquire about the response time, as 13 minutes is unacceptable. Upon speaking with Supervisor Wren, he assured me they were there within 3 minutes. I said it was 13 minutes before police pulled up to OW Best. That's when Sergeant Mitchell stepped in and informed me that police were not dispatched until a 911 call came in at 12:37 p.m. Then they were there within 3 minutes. So just to be clear, we had 10 minutes of law enforcement not knowing we were in a lockdown. That's scary. The officers were even unsure where the master tablet exactly was and if it even was sent a notification. Again, another lie, as we are not fully connected as we've all been told. They may have a master tablet, but if it's not being monitored 24/7, it's useless. I emailed the principal of Best and our safety director right after my findings, telling them what I found out and that there should be a directive to staff to call 911 in the event a boot was pulled, since the PD may not know about it from the tablet. I have yet to receive that directive. All the safety director wanted to know was who I spoke with at the department, to which I responded with names right away, and that was all that was said. This morning I received a call from the superintendent, and apparently the captain of the police department wanted to know who I spoke to, so I informed him of the names, even though they were in the email I sent them last night. The superintendent then called back and informed me the captain stated the master tablet was in his office. I questioned that, and apparently the captain said he is afraid someone would misuse it if it were down by dispatch, where it should be, in my opinion. I'm tired of the lies, and 10 minutes of no law enforcement knowing we were in lockdown is unacceptable. Separately, I want to address the recent cuts to our security staffing. The current staffing of only 2 guards at both AHS and OW Best is wholly inadequate for maintaining a safe and controlled environment. This understaffing was recently underscored by an incident involving my son in the restroom a few weeks ago, where he was physically struck by a hard plastic wet floor barrier tossed into his stall amid a large crowd of students. This type of harassment and lack of control within common areas is a predictable consequence of insufficient security presence. I'm certain that other students are facing similar issues but are hesitant to report them. Increased security is essential for better monitoring and maintaining a baseline of order, particularly in areas like restrooms that are currently unsupervised. I urge the administration to provide immediate and comprehensive answers to these pressing issues. A proactive and transparent approach is vital to restoring confidence in the safety of our schools. Thank you for your immediate attention to these urgent matters.
Thank you. Okay, are there any other public comments to come before the board?
Hi, Jen Blackburn, OW Best. Sorry, trying to get myself organized because I wasn't prepared to speak, but then now I want to speak. A couple of things just from what was discussed. Ms. Dyroff is absolutely correct. That is not allowable in the OMA. There have been many times in the past that the board has wanted to go into closed session for various things because it seems like sensitive topics to discuss publicly. It's just not allowed. If you don't want to talk about it publicly, you don't get to talk about it. That's why 4 people can't go have coffee at the coffee shop and talk about something, because you can't do that. You have to act in public. You have to discuss those things in public. And I agree. I disagree with one thing I heard, that you didn't think it was going to bring about things or complaints or whatever. The email that was presented to the staff said that immediate resolutions or solutions would not be provided, but notes would be taken without identifying the people. A summary of the feedback will be shared with the full board and considered for potential action and improvements within the district. Well, if there weren't complaints, you wouldn't need improvements. So that you kind of like opened the floodgates, and I think you felt the flood from what I'm gathering. And so you have to do something. You can't leave people hanging, but I agree a public conversation should be had. Even if you guys think you know who you're talking about when you read what's being discussed, that doesn't mean we're going to know who you're talking about. I mean, I would know when you're talking about something I said or somebody else might know, but I just think it's bad for business to try to do that hidden. Not just bad for business for the people that came forward and spoke, but I agree that it's not fair to Mark. It's not fair to anybody else who is under the impression that things were being said about things that are going on. Okay, so it seemed there's a lot of misconceptions. So hopefully next time it gets cleared up and then brought forward. I'm going to piggyback a little bit off of Karen Lauer's statements about safety in the boot system. I'm on the safety committee too. I was super disappointed by everything that took place with that lockdown. I had a feeling that day that there had not been an alert that was made to the police department. Just because of the response. And I mean, I've seen responses to other school districts where a boot is pulled and it's like lights blaring, sirens going, people coming in mass, and it was like crickets at OW Best. So there was definitely something not happening, which we all knew. If it is true that the tablet is in the captain's office, I'm just baffled by that. Does the captain never leave his office? Does he go to the bathroom? Does he take a lunch? Does he go home? We have events in the evening. We have dances. We have basketball games. We have all these events where things could happen. And if the tablet's in the captain's office, it's unacceptable. I can't even believe that would be something that Smart Boot would say was allowable or advised. So that's a huge problem. To go off of the security comment that was made, the security cuts are terrible. We do need more security, and it's unsafe mostly because if we're not properly managing the people in the building and we don't have security, it's a hot mess every single day. And it's unsafe, and it's a terrible feeling. This time of year especially, it's chaos in the buildings, day in and day out, and nobody feels comfortable. You leave every day anxious, you come back every day anxious. So having less security is just terrible. Personally, LaGuardia has not done well for us. Every time we rotate security guards, we get new security guards that don't stay or don't do what we want them to do. We have, to my knowledge, we have 2 good security guards in this district. They've been here a long time. They know what they're doing. We need to do more for them, number 1, so they don't leave. And number 2, we need to find a way to get a group that will be like them and do what they do. They do it right. So that's what needs to happen. One more quick thing, I'm going to get cut off. The 25-26 school year, and I'm not talking about after the cuts, I'm talking before the cuts, we have had more staff in this district than we've ever had, to my knowledge. And we still struggle to get things done, which I don't understand. And the main thing I was talking about is summer school. We've heard nothing about summer school. That's it. Okay. Beep, beep, beep. I'm done. That's it. I had no questions.
And Ms. Blackburn, if you want to come back up for your second time after everyone is done, you have a second opportunity as well.
Virginia Morgan. It was very difficult hearing today. We could barely hear. I don't think it was because of the microphones, but anyway, when you were talking about reduction in workforce, Mark, I wonder, originally when you talked about it, it was very clear, a couple of months ago you said, 14 teachers, 14 parapros, or whatever that was, the list, and that was very comfortable that we had an idea. I mean, we don't have to know the name. So today, unless I didn't hear you, so the first one you mentioned, you said administration, and then you said, I believe, with consent of the principal and assistant principal's contract. So can you be clear on that?
Yep. So in the resolution, we just cite the contract that the individuals, or individual in this case, worked under. That's
right. So which was it, and which position was it? I mean, not who, or what position is that? An assistant principal?
So we will announce all of the restructuring once we get everything finalized. So
is there a reduction in principal or assistant principal?
In the building administrative group. Does that make sense?
You can't tell me if it's a principal or an assistant principal?
Well, we have an assistant principal that resigned, right? And then the reduction is in the principal group.
In the principal group, okay. And then likewise, you kind of alluded that the other reduction was involved at-risk students. Who are those? Is that a teacher or is that a parapro?
Nothing about at-risk students. I spoke to the importance about using the at-risk dollars.
Okay.
So effectively to whether it's hire staff, whether it's create positions. So in this year's budget, we had some significant at-risk dollars that we couldn't spend that will be part of the carryover next year because of the rules tied to that money. So we're looking at that to and of course consulting with the state to make sure it's good to go, but we're looking at that so that we can possibly bring folks back and under the at-risk positions. Yep, that's what I was talking about.
Okay, so there wasn't another line, another group?
Nope.
Okay, and let's see, you don't have the minutes prepared for the building and site meeting?
I'm sure the chairperson
chair,
has
yeah.
it.
Who?
I'm sure the chairperson, Derek Wall, has it,
Oh, okay.
but he's just not here tonight.
Okay, yeah, I thought maybe Mark had them, and so that was it. Okay, and I just wanted to piggyback on a little bit. I went to the senior fashion show, the spelling bee, and the high school play, and I was just overwhelmed. All of them were great, and I was very proud of attending all three of those. So, thank you very much.
Are there any other public comments to come before the board? All right. Yes, okay, yep.
Okay, I'm just going to start that last part again because that was ridiculous. Okay. So what I was saying was that, so in this school year prior to making cuts, the 25-26 school year, we've had more staff per student than we've ever had before. And it feels like we've gotten less done. The budget debacle is one thing, but beyond that, I'm just going to talk about the summer school program. I know the program is new. I know probably as much as any of you know about it. I did see the email that went out to parents inviting them. I've seen the banner on the website inviting people to sign up. Here are my concerns just from the middle school perspective. I think this program is probably going to be fabulous for elementary, and they've almost filled all their spots. The middle school, on the other hand, not so much. I think we only have 25 spots filled, and the email we got from our principal said, we need more, please call people, please tell people. It was like this hard push to get people to sign up. Here's the problem. We have many students in the middle school who need summer school for academic reasons. This program is being proposed like summer camp. So it does have academics in the morning, but we were specifically told that this can't be presented as being a punishment. Like, you're not being told you have to go. You're invited to go for fun and activities, which is great and makes everybody feel good. But the bottom line is, if you're failing all of your classes, we're not inviting you to summer camp. We're telling you you need academic support in order to be ready for the next grade. And that's not what's happening. And so I'm not surprised that there's so few people signed up. And I looked at, I've talked to my kids, and I've looked at some of the names of the kids who've said they've signed up. They're not the kids that need summer school. They're kids that want to have fun, which is great. It's great. And I'm sure it's great for parents who need somewhere for their kids to be. And it's fabulous for that. But I'm not sure we're really hitting the mark on what we need. And I don't think we're hitting the mark for middle school because clearly we don't have enough people signed up. So teachers still haven't heard. We've not been invited to say if we want to teach or not teach. It's May. I happen to have friends in other districts who have used this program. The Dearborn teachers were invited to say they wanted to participate in December. It is May. I'm on hold. Should I plan a vacation? Should I not plan a vacation? Am I going to teach? Am I not going to teach? I don't. It's just kind of last minute thrown together, which might be another reason why. I don't know. Maybe it's not going to go well. I feel like we need something different, specifically for the middle school. Okay, that's it. Thanks.
All right, one more last call for public comment. Oh, yeah, come on down.
Hello, Jacqueline Sarvo, Annapolis High School. I wasn't going to talk, but I really wanted to piggyback on that because we are, May 6th, and the high school has no summer school at this point. We have no idea who's running it. We have no idea who's going to be teaching it. We have been asking and asking and asking. We have seniors that are behind for credits, and their parents are asking us, when do I sign up for summer school? Will my kid get to walk? Will my kid get to graduate this year? And the only thing we have for them is we have no idea. And this is not new. It seems like every year over the last 4 years, the high school acts as if they didn't know summer school was coming. And we are behind the gate. We are unprepared. And we are making huge mistakes. Huge mistakes. I just found a kid today who's graduating that I've been nagging about finishing his credit recovery class so he can graduate on time. He said, I did in summer school last year. I said, no, you didn't. It's not on your transcript. He said, yes, I did. I found it in the system. He did finish the class last year in summer school, and the grade didn't get through. And that comes from not being able to be prepared, not plan, not get the list out, not have counselors have time to validate them properly, not have staff assigned to students properly, and not having administrators be able to, administrative secretaries, put that summer school track into MyStar with all of the accurate stuff. When you are trying to put summer school together in a week, and that's what we've pretty much done the last couple times, you have all of these mistakes. It's not hard to do, but it's a moment of preparation, seeing the future. It's coming. We know it's coming. This year, we are also really confused about whether or not which online platform we will use. Will we not use an online platform? We have no clue what's going to happen. So for me, I'm stressed out as the interventionist, and I'm working with these students, and we have the benefit and the luxury that has been granted to students that they still get that opportunity to walk across the stage if they have 2 classes that are left to complete in summer school, and that's it. Their parents are worried. I'm worried. How do we fit these in? Which classes do we take first? How are we going to make it all work when they're struggling to come from behind? And so the lack of not knowing is really stressful. Counselors, myself, students, parents, everything. And I can't express that enough, obviously, although I did for 3 minutes. Another issue that I am struggling with, because I'm not going to speak for anyone else, is the lack of involvement in terms of we have this huge financial issue. We have everything that's going on. And sometimes it feels like when you're at the bottom, when you are that teacher, you have all of these ideas. You're like, dude, we could save money if we did this. We could save money if we did this. But it seems like we don't come together. And I guess I liken that to the fact that if I looked at my household and I said we were overspending, and I decided I was going to take it on myself and solve the problem. And I didn't invite my kids to figure out how they could cut spending. If I didn't involve my husband in how he could figure out how we could cut spending, and how the 4 of us could collectively make some changes that would maximize our household, but reduce the amount. Like maybe we're gonna have family making dinner night, and you're gonna learn how to make mom's favorite dish because it's entertainment and it's dinner at the same time. I feel like we have a lot of ideas, and we have a lot to give, all of us. And with such a small district, we could pool those resources a little bit better. And again, maybe they are. Maybe I'm just feeling left out. I don't know. I'm just saying, I don't know if enough people are being brought in to problem solve. And maybe we could cut more corners that doesn't involve educators or opportunities. Maybe paper
Thank you.
All right, is there anyone else wishing to address the board for public comment? Seeing none, I am going to move to the next agenda item number 14, which is kudos. And then Sarah, will you start?
Sure. To Mary McDonald from Jamie Morris, dated May 4th. Thank you for bringing some extra sunshine and smiles to all of the teachers at Best during Teacher Appreciation Week. You and our student council students absolutely rock.
To Carrie Hendricks from Danielle Osborne, thank you so much for all the hard work you put into student council. It truly shows. Our students love being involved and appreciate the fun and meaningful activities student council brings to Polk.
To Brianna Vasquez from Danielle Osborne, dated April 30th. Thank you for everything you do for E in our classroom. The love, patience, and care you show are evident, and you are making a difference. Your genuine effort is not going unnoticed. We are grateful to your hard work and dedication with E. To Zaid Saad, Jennifer Rayum, Kristen Sonberger, Amanda Stager, Brian Buchanan, Kevin Knierim, from Karen Lauer, dated May 5th. Each one of you played an important role in the senior fashion show, from printing to behind the scenes, borrowing props, etc. Thank you so much for your support and dedication to the students. It is greatly appreciated.
To Jennifer Jackson from Danielle Osborne, dated 4/30/26. Thank you so much for all your hard work that you put into our safety program with our safeties at Polk. All of the safeties do a tremendous job, and it is a reflection of your hard work and effort. We appreciate you. To Victoria Gargonzolis from Danielle Osborne, dated 4/30/26. Thank you so much for the incredible care and commitment you show Lily, Polk's facility dog. Your dedications, patience, and hard work truly makes a difference every single day. It is clear how much love and effort you put into ensuring Lily's happy, healthy, and able to support our school community. We appreciate you more than you know.
To Elizabeth Harleton, Diane Hudson, and Atina Brown from Karen Lauer, dated 5/5/2026. Ladies, I could not have done this without you. Thank you so much for your hard work and dedication to help make sure the senior fashion show was a success.
Thank you.
Any additional kudos? No? All right, hearing none, we're going to move to the next agenda item number 15, adjournment. Be it so resolved that the Board of Education adjourns the meeting at 7:58 p.m. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Moved by Trustee Beltowski. May I have a support?
Support.
Supported by Trustee Anderson. Roll call, please.
Trustee Anderson?
Yes.
Trustee Baltowski, yes. Trustee Dyroff?
Yes.
Trustee Stevanovic?
Yes.
Trustee Winless?
Yes. Motion carries. Good night, everyone. Drive safe.